know how available Aarti will be. And Valeria and Mihail are translating. Awesome. All right. Welcome, you guys. Do you need a clap? Translators? Do you need a clap? Okay, we have a clap. So clap is something we have basically for translators. And guys, like, please mute yourself when you join on or later on. And if you have questions, please unmute yourself and ask your questions. And welcome, 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 and a happy 2021. Hi, Pooja. And happy 2021 for all of you guys. And, and truly, like, what beyond this reality year and future can we create, and not just for us, for the planet as well. And okay, I'm going to speak slowly, and if you get that I'm speaking fast, tell me so I can speak slowly, because it's so funny. When I translate, I'm always like the person to tell the facilitator, hey, speak slowly, and then I realize, oops. Yeah, like, so please guys, like, if I'm speaking fast, let me know and I will go slow. Okay. And so yeah, so and welcome to the beautiful new reality that we are creating. And and that's the thing. It's like, I love this whole statement that Gary puts up. And guys, I would like to say this and again. The tools of access consciousness, they are not about this is the way you have to be, this is what you should do, because this is what you have to listen and kill everyone else. No, they are really here as a possibility for you. Okay. And they are here, if in case you would like to choose it. And that doesn't mean that you choose it once then you have to choose it for the rest of your life. There is no there is no contract here that you have signed with anybody that you have to, once you are part of access, you have to be part of access all your life. Do it if it's light for you, if it contributes to you. Okay. And if it's not fun for you, then that's okay. Like, it's like there's nothing wrong about that either. Like, don't follow me, don't follow Gary, don't follow Dane. Follow you. What do you know? And if you have like, and we are doing this conversation, it's so interesting that we announced this class. And and like I was just saying before we started the recording, last 15 hours I have been only reading so many WhatsApp groups flaring up with conversations about money and how classes are expensive and things. And that's true. Well, so now look at this way. Expense, when you decide something is expensive, first of all, okay, uh, right then, and choose a class or not choose a class, that's okay. But anything you decide, okay, that you cannot pay for, you literally eliminate that amount of money from creation of your money reality. Does that make sense? If there is a class that is for $3,000 and you're like, oh, whoa, that's too expensive. What did you just, because your point of view creates your reality. Okay. So right then, and you're like, oh, I can't afford it. That just, you literally denied everywhere you could create $3,000 for you for whatever reason. Okay. So please, like, if you like, and that's why we say money is a justification. Just look at it. Would you like to choose it? Would you not like to choose it? Ask a question. What will it take for the money to show up? But the minute you decide that, okay, people cannot afford it, guess what did you perpetrate in the reality? That people cannot afford it. And and that just limits their creation, because people are creating. The minute you're like, oh, they can't afford $3,000, $1,500, $500, you just created another limitation for people on the planet. And really, what if the purpose of money was to create and change, was to create not only your reality, but to change other people's reality? Okay. So anytime you have, like, catch yourself if you think somebody is poor. Okay. uh, what if you are that one person who does not have to buy the point of view that other person cannot afford, and you can be like, okay, what will they choose? Okay. Because this is the thing about disempowering point of view and empowering point of view. What is an empowering point of view? Is about people have choice. People can change anything, right? And that these are just examples. Disempowering point of view is that, oh, this person I met, they are not going to be able to afford, or they are not going to be able to pay for their medical bills, or they are not going to be able to pay for the change. You right then, you just created a point of view that, disempowers them. Can we mute people on the chat, please, guys? Please mute yourself. And Winda, how are we doing on this pace, on the pace? Okay, let me know if I'm still too fast. All right. So this is something like, what if you looked at the world and looked at where what are your points of views about the way the world is. If you have a point of view that earth is going to die, or the climate is never going to change, and things are going to keep getting bad and bad, um, is that an empowering point of view or a disempowering point of view? Right?
Hello.
So what if instead of that, okay, mute. Uh, Ranjali, could you mute yourself, honey? Okay, so instead of that, if you could, yeah. So if
I'm muted.
okay,
Sorry.
all right, okay, cool. So instead of that, what if you could ask a question, because a question is another way of empowering point of view. Now, why am I talking about this on a money call? Because your point of view creates your reality. So take a look at what have you decided. Okay, so now let's do this. Uh, I'm sorry, I should have asked you guys to bring a paper and a pen or something. But if you have, oh, good, people have it. Yes, I love it. And I love questions about money and writing it down and everything. Okay, cool. So, or use your phone, or, if you don't have it, it's okay. Put it on the chat, or whatever. Put it on you have your laptop, so you can put it wherever. Okay. I would like you to look at three. Okay, what are the points of views you have about your money reality? Okay, what are the points of views you have of your money reality? And this is how do you answer the questions from money workbooks? You basically answer questions based on literally what pops up. Okay, so if you ask, even if it's even if it's an answer that's like green, okay, fine, write it down. But not it's not about thinking it through, because you're trying to look at what are your what's popping up in your world when you ask that question, because those are the underlying energies that you are functioning from most of the time. Okay, so what are the three points of view? So if you guys want to put it on the chat, that's fine too. Need working to get money. uh, yeah, so like, yeah, and so what are your three points of views about your money reality? Now, what does that question mean? It means about you and your money reality. Okay, so where you are the creator of your money reality. So what are your points of views about that? Okay, it could be lack, worry, will make some, and step out of you have to step out of comfort zone, not creating enough money, need work to get money, big, still less. And that's the thing, it's like, how many of you are like, okay, I'm making more than I was last year, but it's still not enough. Right, yeah. So everywhere you are judging your money reality because you don't have the $1 million in your reality, or the $500,000 or half a million that you, or whatever that amount is that you have decided that you need to have in your account to be to label yourself as rich. Do you have it yet? Okay, great. And if you don't have it, like, how much are you using that to judge you that you are not creating enough? Okay, so hold on, looking at the chats and looking at the answers, I will get over. Yeah, we'll get over. So it's like, and that's why, like, this call is for people who have done how to become money workbook or something, because it's like just you writing this is giving you awareness of, oh wow, that's my point of view. Okay. And so, like, okay, let's all, let's do a fun exercise with it together. Okay. Fun, desire, energy. Okay. And so the thing is like, with this, you want to look at, Farida, also, what is your point of view about your money reality? The perfect answers are going to be fun, desire, energy. But if you had that, you know, is that true? Or is that the perfect answer or the perfect space you would like to be at? So you want to ask yourself, what is really true for me here? Like, how much of your money reality is like, okay, well, I don't necessarily have to create money because my husband creates it for me. Okay, so that's an example of, like, okay, but the thing is, like, where you then step away from creating a money reality. Okay, or if you have a point of view, and this is not for one person, okay, this is, now I'm talking to everybody. It You could have a point of view about, uh okay, wow, three of them showed up. Let me, okay, space. Okay, you could have something like, that, okay, I can only create enough to for my pocket money, for my shopping money. Okay, but when it comes to paying the uh, monthly interest, or when it comes to buying a house, I need a rich daddy, or a rich husband, or I need someone else, or I need rich kids or something. Now that's a point of view you have about you. That's an example of a point of view you have about your money reality. Cool. All right. And so now let's do this. I'm practicing the I am, and it's great. Okay. Yeah, and that's great. Like, I am money, I'm control, I am power, and I'm energy. And what do we have? I am money, I'm control, I'm creativity, I'm power, I'm money, I'm control. And that's a great one, by the way, to put it on your phone reminder every day. Okay. Like, and sit down and do it. And now let's do this. Okay, don't know when I will make it. Okay, yeah. And so, still, if you're getting Anupama, like, don't know when I will make it, like, look at, now, all of you guys, and look at where you have, okay, get the energy of the day, when the day you were born. Okay, were you, or were you not creating a money reality? And look how light that is. Like, yes, I was, right? We were. Okay, so everywhere you are like, and so everything that you created, your school fee, the home, the accommodation, the university, the wedding, I get that, your father paid for it and stuff. Okay, but the thing is like, where are you pulling yourself away from acknowledging that you were the creator of that money reality? It's about getting into this place of, like, where you are, I mean, acknowledging where you're already being power and creativity and awareness and control. Okay, so it's that energy. Okay, so now, is that true that I'm not making money? So look at everywhere you have, so anytime you go into, I'm not making enough money, right then, like this, that's exactly when I'm like, okay, wait a minute, where's the gratitude in this? Okay, so, like, start being grateful for the money that you've created, but then that's when you want to sit down with your paper and pencil and pen or whatever, and really look at, where have I actually created a money reality, and when did I stop it, and what have I created that I've not acknowledged as yet? Okay, because acknowledgement is what basically adds to growing the what you have already created. Okay, like, just like gratitude. Okay, but if you don't acknowledge, you stop, and then you have to go back and start from scratch. Then if you don't acknowledge again the change, then you stop, then again you have to start from scratch. So what acknowledgement of beyond this reality are you not giving your, okay, what acknowledgement of creating, already creating a reality beyond this reality have you not given yourself yet? Everything that doesn't allow that times a godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Okay, so now, and lack, worry, and will make some step out of control zone, comfort zone. Okay, so like, how about we do this like for 30 seconds or 40 seconds? Bring up all these points of views that you wrote about your, you know, what are your points of views about your money reality. Bring up everything that you wrote and that's still there, and let's do a few interesting points of views. Okay, so let's use that as a way to practice, you know, and look at like, okay, how are we doing interesting point of view. So it's like lower your barriers, ask, and this is the energy of ask. Okay, so ask and be interesting point of view. Okay, and then look at each point of view. Okay, and then okay, so I'm gonna pick one. Okay, I'm gonna pick one that says not creating enough money, anants. Okay, so let's start with that. Okay, so interesting point of view, I have this point of view that I'm not creating enough money. Okay, pause, then again ask, again say interesting point of view, I have this point of view that I'm not creating enough money. Interesting point of view, I have this point of view that you know that okay, so now it's a conclusion, right? So now look at the point of view that's under that. Interesting point of view, I have this point of view that I am not able to acknowledge where I have created money. Interesting point of view, I have this point of view that I need to have loads and loads of money to call me rich. Okay. Interesting point of view. I have this point of view that I cannot ask for money and receive it with ease. Interesting point of view. I have this point of view that that I have to think about how to go about creating money rather than ask what will it take for this money to show up. Okay. Next, interesting point of view. I have this point of view about whatever that number is that I've decided is not enough. Interesting point of view. I have this point of view where I'm not grateful for the money that I've already created. Interesting point of view. I have this point of view that I have to think through how to create more money. Interesting point of view. I have this point of view that I have one revenue stream. Interesting point of view. I have this point of view that I cannot have multiple revenue stream. Interesting point of view. I have this point of view that when things are gifted to me, I don't see that as creation of money, by the way. Okay, it's very interesting. I'm sorry, this was not my agenda or the plan, but like, let me talk to you a little bit about the energy of gifting and how you are part of creation of that money. Okay, so it's basically look at this, look at somewhere when somebody pays for your lunch, okay, or pays for your flight ticket, or gifts you something, okay. Now, everywhere you think that is not you creating money, because money has to look a certain way, because that's you creating money as well. So suppose some of you are hosting people, all right, and then you have been gifted the class because you're hosting, all right. So that class may be for like $1,500 or whatever, but then look at like, do you actually you look at that and be like, oh, I created this money, okay. Or when you get a gift, when you get a dress that's for like, you know, I don't know, $100, $200, $500, how many of you just go like, okay, that's gift, but you don't look at that where you created the $500? Okay, so that's another thing. So interesting point of view, I have this point of view about what creating money actually looks like. Interesting point of view, I have this point of view that money, creating money, needs to only show up as currency and cash and gold or stocks or in my bank account. Okay, so why am I saying that? Because guys, remember I talked about acknowledgement. I'm guessing most of you have done the How to Become Money workbook. Okay. So, so it's like now it's about like acknowledge the change you created. All right. And then, and look at where, okay. So remember, so it's like, it's about acknowledgement. Like you also are creating wealth of ease. That's wealth. You're also creating currency of joy. Okay. You're also creating currency of change. So what have you decided currency even is? Okay. Like I was listening to this beautiful podcast by Shannon, and Shannon was, basically addressing this thing where it's like a lot of people think that when, they, that where people, when they work for Access, they don't get enough money. Okay. But the change that you get when you're working, for something like where you're working with some facilitator who's creating something, okay, the change you get, the ease that you get, the joy that you get, and the possibilities, and how many of you have actually changed your future? Isn't that currency of possibilities? Okay, so would you acknowledge that as well? Okay, cool. Now let's look at another question. What do you hate about money? Write that down. What do you hate about money? And some of you will be like, I know, like, oh, nothing, definitely nothing. um, um, do you have ease with paying as much as possible? What do you hate about having money? Not having it. Thank you for that vulnerability, right? It's like, and or like, do you go like, oh my god, like I could have created a business but I didn't get it? That those are the energies that are under about, oh, this is what I hate about money. Okay. So Valeria is like, I'm smiling with this. So yeah, so lazy to manage it. Okay, not having it. So what do you hate about money? And the second one is, what do you hate? Okay, we'll come to that one. Okay, what do you hate about money? People leave their moral values to have money. Okay, let me just say one thing. People who leave their moral values, do you really think they do that to have money? Really, just ask. Because most of the time I've seen people who are idiots or nasty or lose their moral values, they're going to do it anyway. Okay. It's like it has nothing to do with money, but but then if you have this point of view, guess what, you always keep being in that whole that whole thing of the rightness of moral values. What if you can have both? What if you are someone who knows to have both? So whatever your values are, like a lot of people have this, oh my god, we have, I mean, if I'm sure a lot of you have seen the Indian movies and the old Indian movies, but then all of those movies are about where people are nasty to their families, don't take care of their old parents to go make money. And and it's like, I mean, is that, I mean, what if that did not have to be your point of view? So okay, so everything you have decided you have to leave, or everyone you have to leave to have more money. You're an infinite being. You function from infinite possibilities. What if you can have both? So, what do you know about having both? So, what have you decided that you have to leave, okay, to have more money? Okay, so money is, I hate money, that money is easy to go away. Okay, when I have money, people want to borrow from me. Okay, that's a good one. How many of you, so what if you have, okay, so now look at like how much people want to borrow from you. Okay, so where are you not willing to have that huge a reality where even if people want to borrow from you, they can? Okay, that's a possibility. So how many of you are not willing to have a greater, bigger financial reality because kids will take it away, siblings will take it away, or you'll have to put, or taxes. Where are you not willing to pay? Because anywhere you go into, I hate paying taxes, You literally drop yourself to a place where you don't have to pay taxes. What does that mean? You just made your income so small that even the government is like, it's okay, we don't need your money, you don't owe us tax, you were really poor, anyways, that's a joke, no offense, but what I'm saying is you bring yourself to below the poverty line. Okay, I'm sorry. I have to give the disclaimer of joke, no offense. You have no idea what my eyes have seen in the chats in the last 15 hours. And I'm like, oh, wow. Okay. Like, and really, like, your point of view creates the reality. But yeah,
It's like, this point of view. I have been living for 30 years with my husband saying that don't do this because you'll have to pay tax. Don't do this because you'll have to pay tax. And now, Shivam, I would like to acknowledge, that I've been living here for 6 months, almost like 6 months. I'm living alone. And there is nothing which I desire that I want it and I don't get it, because the moment I say yesterday, like I wanted to attend a class of 3,000 rupees, I just asked the universe, okay, who's going to pay for this, and there was an amount deposited into my account double the amount of the class. And like but still I have one block where I'm not able to accept the complete responsibility. Like I have a argument with my husband. He says, okay, I'm ready to sit at home. Okay, just yesterday we had that. He said, I'm ready to sit at home, you take the whole charge. So I'm not getting that confidence that I'll be able to make that much money, what he has been doing. But and then again, I have a point of view behind that, that whatever he has been doing is not necessary. Like इतना करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Be happy with what you have.
yeah. But husband is charge.
Yeah, sorry.
Your husband is you to take charge. Is that what I'm Where have you guys decided that only one person has to be the provider? Why can't you all be the co, and this is again about a disempowering and empowering point of view. What if you, your husband, your children, your house, your furniture, your phone, everything, and I said phone and my phone started ringing, but like what if everything is, sorry, ignore, oh, give me 1 second. So what if everything is a co-creator and a co-contributor to money reality? Okay, so it's like, and then where have you decided there is a right or a wrong way to create money? Maybe what does your husband know about creating money? What do you know about creating money? You follow your knowing, he can follow his knowing, your kids can follow their knowing, and each one of them can have their money reality, so which can contribute to each the other people's money reality, other family members money reality. Like your daughter can have a money reality that is a contribution to your money reality, and that, sorry, going to speak slow, that doesn't mean that it has to be just a direct transfer into your bank account. But where are you not willing to see that money is an energy, people have their knowing? By the way, it's not about access tools are the right way to create money. No, follow your knowing, let him follow his knowing. Okay, and so it's like, but what if you didn't have to, I mean, is that light for you to take up everything, or is he like challenging you? Or so yeah, if that's not light for you, then choose, see. And then, okay, now when people tell you to do something and you're like, wow, that's not light for me, okay, so then a lot of people don't at that point ask, what would I like to choose here? You have to make a choice, because if you don't make a choice, you will always be going into only resistance and a reaction. So you have to ask consciously, like pause and ask at that time, what would I like to choose here? And that choice could be just as simple as create money and just enjoy life and contribute wherever I can. It may not even have to do anything with, okay, who's going to pay for bills? Your choice could be just as simple as have loads and loads of ease with money. That could be a choice, but you have to make a choice with money. Okay, so let's play with that. Okay, so in these 10 seconds, what choice would you like to make with regard to money? What would you like to choose? New money. I don't know what that means, new money. Is it like new currency or something? Okay. Mute. Pooja, can you mute Darren? Thank you. Okay. Let it pour infinitely. Okay. New way to create it. Okay. So more new revenue streams. Okay. So I'm looking at this. Okay. Now notice, now look at it. Okay. Let it pour infinitely. Now, who is the creator? You are the creator. But when you have let it pour infinitely, you just literally made something external to you to decide what is the source of money in your life. You are
Well,
money. Yeah, tell me.
I meant it in as in me be the energy of money, so I can just pour in infinitely.
So when you pour in just that word, okay, and you know, like how Gary says, words have energy. So look at when you say pour in, because for me, pour in means something from outside to inside. Okay, and it's not wrong. Okay, but what I'm saying is like, if you were truly being the energy of money, and it's like, like and the reason I'm asking you guys to put this here is so you yourself look at the language you're using with regard to money, because it will give you an idea about, oh, that's a limiting point of view under that. Then you can change right then. With the awareness you can change. Okay, so it's like, if it's like pouring in, it's kind of like an external thing. So what other way can you have with this choice? Okay, like, okay, choice to have ease with money. For me it's like that. Like, I know it sounds very simple, but like when I have ease with money, then I'm able to create, then I'm able to pay, then I'm able to create more, I'm able to pay, I'm able to pay for others. Like, the whole idea is ease with money. So what if you can have that? Okay,
Yeah,
have
that
it in
makes
your
sense.
account, right? And then
Yeah.
and then see what that is for you. It's not about, like, it's just an example. Like, it's just an example. Like, okay, and then there was another one that it was like, okay, choose to have peace with money. you know like, there is so much, either there is stress about creating money, or there is this energy of where you're like, wow, I'm not even capable of creating money because all my life I've depended on others to make money. So do you see how there is like that ease and the peace is not there? Okay, so it's like, yes, you can have joy of money, and please have joy of money as well, because that contributes to having money. Okay, so travel to exotic places. Now here's the thing about travel and freedom to spend. Okay, so travel to exotic places. Money is a side effect of your choice. Okay, so everywhere you are like, okay, I will have the money and then I will buy a house. Like, I was talking to someone in foundation class yesterday, and she's like, I was like, what is your big ask? And she's like, you know what, I would like a bigger house. She lives in New York, and she's like, I want a bigger house. So I was like, and then she wants to make money for that. So her thing was like, well, I'm not, it's not like I am not making money, but I want money for the bigger house. So so I was talking to her about it, and it's like, everywhere you think, everything that you desire in life, and take a look at where you have decided that you need the money for it. Okay, so when you listen to the recordings, write that down. Okay, now, like, for a house, for a vacation. Okay, or for CF license. Like, some of the people are like, well, I would like money to be a CF license. So now with that, instead of that, like, instead of asking for the money to show up for that, choose that, what it is you desire. Choose that vacation. Okay, choose the vacation, choose that new house, choose that license, choose that new business. Okay, like, for me, I loved having, I mean, I don't know, there's just something that just like pulls me and tugs at me, is about real estate construction. Like, I would love to go in construction business and make buildings, and town, and homes, and like, those townships and stuff. So like, I asked for that. Okay, so it's like, so it's like, choose that, ask for that, and request of the universe to contribute. Okay, so now you choose that first thing. Okay, so let's say it's a house. Okay, you choose that house. Okay, like I choose to have a new, bigger house. Okay, step number one. Second, I hear you. Hi, universe. I'm asking for this. Okay, your ask and choice kind of go together. I'm asking for this. Can you please contribute? That is the third is request the universe. Okay, now the fourth is okay. What I'm willing to receive this, and I'm willing to be the energy of receiving it, whatever it takes, whatever I have to change, whatever I have to let go, because that's mostly the place where you have the largest points of views. Okay, and then saying like, yes, I'm willing to have it. Okay, and then also, like, if after a while, also ask yourself again, right? It's like like I said, like I want to have a construction company. So then, like, I asked again, I was like, okay, what's stopping me from having it? Like, if I have it, so then I indulge into that energy of like, if I have it, what is the bad thing that I'm guessing is going to happen? Then I'm like, oh, politics, politicians having to deal and bribe municipality, and all of those energies. And then I was like, oh, that's a funk, that's something. And then I was like, oh, cool, everywhere I'm not willing to have ease with that. Okay, so you got to ask that thing that you're asking for, the house, what's going to happen if you have a bigger house? Indulge in that energy. Okay, all right, let's say you have that house. Let's say you got that house. Let's say you moved in. Now ask yourself, what's going to happen? Okay, and if you get the energy of nothing, life will be perfect, yeah, ask again and run the clearing. What energy, space, consciousness, and choice can I be to have total clarity about this? Everything that I'm not willing to be aware of here, destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, all night, shows, poison, beyond. And also ask, how old am I being? Anytime, I mean, it's like, especially with answers like this, I'm sorry, I'm maybe frying your brains here, but like anytime you go into stuff like this, it's like and you go and you anytime you ask a question like, oh, what'll happen if you get what you desire? Nothing, I'll be absolutely happy. Okay, who talks like that? A 3-year old, a 4-year old, a 5-year old. Okay, so ask yourself, how old am I being? Okay, because when you're being a 5-year old, can a 5-year old really have their money reality or a financial reality and paying taxes? Not so much. Okay, so these are again places where you can have awareness about it. Okay, so ease with money, money shows up before I desire or choose what I desire. Yeah, so relatives are jealous more for having more money with us and having authority of money. Yeah, how many of you are not willing to be seen as power with money? Everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Okay, so if you ask, what am I trying to create in order to prove I don't have to have too much money? Okay, so now this is from Advanced Money Workbook. But like, really, what am I trying to create in order to prove that I don't have to have too much money? Now, what does this question even mean? And this is where it's kind of like, it's a mind twister. Okay, so what am I trying to create in order to prove I don't have to have too much money? You create simple life. You create a small life to prove to yourself, it's okay, I don't need $1 million, because anyways my expenses are just about $200 a month. It's okay, I am comfortable traveling in public transport. I don't need a big car. Okay, these are just examples. All right, and now, like, some people are probably going, what's wrong with that? And it's okay, it's not about what's wrong with that, but when you make your life small, you're making your ask small. Not your bum, your ask. Okay, you're making your ask small. All right, so then universe, even if the universe wants to give you something more or greater, can it give you? No. Okay, so ask for greater. Okay, and then the other example is like, Okay. You want to have just enough money, but not too much, because if you have just enough, you can get most of what you want. So you don't have to deprive yourself totally, but depriving yourself totally actually sounds like a good idea to you in the long run. It's okay. I can
Can
have,
you repeat, please? Sorry,
sure.
I just freeze.
Okay. Which one? Do you want the question or the other thing?
Yeah, yeah, from the
Okay.
beginning. Sorry.
Yeah. What? Yeah. So this is, and that's the beauty of advanced money workbook. It's like, what? Okay. So what am I trying to create in order to prove I don't have to have too much money? What am I trying to create in order to prove I don't have to have too much money? Okay. So now with this, like, so here, and that's the thing, is like, if you have a small ask, then you cannot let the universe contribute to you. And then the other part is, so it's like, and then what happens is you start telling yourself, it's okay, I don't need that bigger thing. I can adjust in this small thing. Now, what is the purpose of having the rich, crazy, you know uh whatever you call the celebrity? What is the purpose of having that life? Usha is like, that's it, I can't handle more than this. Samba. It's okay, you don't have to turn off your video. Like, okay, people are frying, so I'm just gonna, like,
It's so heavy, I find it so heavy,
yeah,
drowsy.
yeah. Are you finding it heavy, or are you just vortexing?
No, it's so drowsy. I'm feeling so
Yeah.
drowsy.
It's okay. Yeah. So what if you didn't have to call it heavy? Because heavy is where you instill point of view and conclusion and a solidity in your world. Okay. But if you're feeling drowsy, it's like, that's okay. Like, what if stuff is getting released? Like how when you get a bar session run on you, you feel drowsy, you sleep off. So what if you let your body release this? Okay. Yeah. So, and again, like, please take a look at the words and the language you speak. Please, like, get aware of your self talk with you. Okay, this is not about getting a perfect access language. Okay, but lie to the world, okay, if you have to. Okay. But be brutally if you have to. It's not about, because lie anyways creates a density in the world. But if that is what it has to be, that's fine. That is what it has to be. But, like, but, like, be brutally honest with yourself. Okay, so please, like, take a look at. And why am I saying be brutally honest with you? It only you know what words you are using to prove to you that you are using the tools. And only you know whether you're proving or whether you're totally being that energy of that word. Okay. All right. And so, it's like, so yeah, we deprive. So this is like just a side note that I wrote while I was doing this. We deprive ourselves for the chase of money, so your life has a purpose. So how many hours in a day do you spend about creating money? Or do you spend creating money? Or do you spend supporting those people who create money for you? How many hours in a day do you spend thinking about money? Okay. Now that's the thing. It's like, this is the part where you deprive yourself, like, and it may not exactly apply to you, but take a look at it. Like, what I've seen with people, like, having done, some money sessions and everything, a lot of times for people, it's the excitement of the chase of creating money. So then they have a sense of achievement. Okay. So then they have a sense of accomplishment. Okay. And then that thing is done, then again they start from scratch. So that usually shows up for people who who are like, yes, I can create every penny I desire, I can create how much money I want. Do they have money in their account? No. Okay. So that's because they don't have the sometimes they don't have the money, because they like to have this play with them of where they create the money, just the amount that they have to spend. And then that is like, okay, yay, pat on the back, but I've accomplished it. Then they start from scratch. So you got to start asking, What do I enjoy about, okay, so like, let's ask yourself this. What do you enjoy about money? The creation, the the prove, I know, and now I'm saying proving, and everybody knows that proving is not conscious, so of course it's going to be a no. But the thing is that the proving that I can create the money, okay, or the creation and the chase and that whole thing, like look, I created the money, or do you enjoy having the money? Silence. Everybody's like, wait. Okay. So it's like creation. Do you like creating money? Do you like that whole play with money, that okay, let me create, I don't care, like I'm gonna fight and prove, and like I'm gonna create money and I'm gonna have my revenue? Do you like that, or do you like having money? Which one do you enjoy more?
For me, it's proving.
Okay, thank you for so much for that vulnerability. Who's that brave person? I cannot see.
Me,
Wait.
out, me, Ethel.
Hetal. Okay, Hetal, go ahead. Okay. Thank you so much for saying that. And that's the thing. It's like, it's about like, that energy. So like look at, and okay, you create, what if you can have both? Okay. But the idea is, okay, so now what if you can have creating and having? Okay. Now ask yourself, where are you spending more time? In creating money, or struggling with money, or having money? Where are you spending more time? What is showing up in your reality right now? Now you know.
Struggling,
So
actually.
Yeah.
from where I'm going to have the money?
Yeah. And this thing with
Thinking about
struggling money, and that's the thing about struggling with money, is because you keep doing this whole proving of that, okay, I can create money, and take a look at like how much are you trying to prove with money? Okay. So look at like what you actually enjoy, but what do you have as your reality? It's a reality check. Okay. It's like, what do you enjoy, and then what do you have as your reality? Okay. And then, and in your case, Hetal, like since you're getting the struggling and the proving, like, and like in Ranjali's case, like struggling, now ask like, what would you really like to enjoy? And what if you could enjoy the creating and having? Okay. And and it's like, what if you could enjoy having more money? Okay, now this is very funny. I I did so I was having this conversation with in a class about having money, okay? And and it's like the conversation went deeper. So there was this lady who was in my class, and she had not paid up upfront, okay, for the class. And as like I give payment plans and stuff, and it's like, it's okay, you can pay later too. So she didn't pay in the beginning of the class. So it's just like, but then her payment was due. So it's like, and usually like I don't have to remind her, but then like someone from my team had to remind her that, hey, your payment is due. So she's like, well, I'm not going to give money right now because I want to have the money. So I'm choosing to have the money. So I'm not going to give it to you. Okay. So that was like very interesting, so then I had to like have another conversation about it. Okay. So it's like, this is not about not paying your bills, you guys. Okay. It's like, I mean, the class anyways, like for classes you have to pay upfront. Okay. So if you're not paying your bills, and because you're trying to have money, that is a little bit of the energy of hoarding money. It's not the energy of having money. Okay. Now what is the energy of having money? A lot of debt to pay, money can stay longer than 1 week. Okay, so Yuli is saying a lot of debt to pay, money can stay longer than 1 week. And that's the thing, Yuli, and thank you for that. So like, what if you could ask, and and it's like, even Intan is saying struggle. Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't see this. And struggling with money, struggling, have, okay. So, here's the thing, that you have to start making the demand, okay, of having money. Okay. All right. Now, again, it's not about not paying people who you owe. Okay. It's not about not paying the bills. That is a different energy. That is the need and the greed. Okay. Oh, How many of you are not willing to have money because somewhere you don't want to be somewhere you think that is needy and greedy? That's a different energy, okay? Everything that is times a godzillion, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So you have to start asking the universe to show you the energy of what is the energy of truly having the money. Okay, so we kind of have like 5 more minutes, so I would like to wrap this up. So you truly need to start asking the universe about what is to show you what is the energy of having money. Okay, because a lot of you have the misidentified and misapplied point of view that having money needs to show like holding on to money. No, having money, what are the energies of having money? Having money is the energy of having ease with money. So then it's not about, you're no longer concerned about whether it's coming in or going out. Okay, having money is the energy of where you are being money. Okay, having money is also the energy of where you're willing to have the money. And then again, of course, it also is about that, hey, the minute you get money, do you end up spending it, or do you only create money for that dress, for that house, for that bill? Okay, then that is an indication that that for you, purpose of money is only to have the money and spend it. Okay, so you got to educate yourself about the energy of having money. Having money is also about, like, how we say in How to Become Money workbook, is like being money. Okay, having money is also the energy of that you never disconnect from the money even if you pay someone. How many of you have the underlying point of view that when the money goes from your account to someone else's, it's no longer your money? Money is your energy, honey. Money is the energy. You never ever have to disconnect from the money that you have, that just because you have put the currency and given the currency to someone else. You can still have the oneness with money. Okay? You can still have oneness with that money. All right? Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, let's quickly do this exercise. Um, and this is from How to Become Money workbook. Let's quickly do this exercise. So lower your barriers, get a sense of your space right now. And now, when you think of money, notice if you feel any density in your body anywhere. Okay? Where do you feel it in your body or in your world or anywhere in your back or anything? Okay. Now, if you feel that, like, bring that out 3 feet outside of you, that energy, any density that you feel in your body. Like, start ask questions about, okay, anything related to money, anything related to past, anything related to your financial reality in the future, or anything. Where do you feel it in your body? And then bring it outside 3 feet of you. And then now ask that energy to reverse. Okay, invert that energy, ask that energy to reverse. You can ask that money to convert, ask that energy to convert into money as well. So convert it into money if that's fun for you. Get that density outside of you, outside of your body, and let it be in your space and ask for it to convert into money. And everything that doesn't allow this to actualize for you in your bank accounts, destroy and uncreate it all, please. Right, wrong, good, bad, hot, rock, all nine shorts, boys and girls. Okay. Now, another thing, expand out 100,000 miles all around you. Okay. And now take a look at that one molecule that is required for you to change, um, that is required for you to change your money reality into the reality of possibilities and ease with money and having money. Okay. And now take that one molecule and change the polarity of that molecule. It's okay. You can do it. You have done it for lifetimes. Just your ask of asking to change the polarity of that molecule will do that. Okay. Now find all the molecules in your reality that 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 you can change to create a life of ease, joy, and glory with everything. on the planet. And now find those 500 molecules and now change those molecules. Okay? So find those 500 molecules in your reality where, it's in your reality that if you change would let you have total ease, joy, and glory with money, with your body, with earth, with your life, with people on it, okay, with everything, okay? And now change that. And those of you who are feeling some intensity in your head, just ask if your bars are running, and that's fine, okay? So you can just gently touch those points and run those for you, okay? And for 3 months, please ask your money bar to connect with your power band and in the night, and ask for those points to run, okay? Now, what energy, space, consciousness, and choice can you and your body be to have total ease and joy of money, and be that invitation of ease with money for everyone else around you as well? Okay? It's like what contribution changing your financial reality can be to changing other people's realities. Okay? So everywhere, everything that doesn't allow you to be all of that, can you please destroy and uncreate it all? Times the God Salim. Okay? Thank you. Thank you all so much. We'll be sending the recordings of this call via your email, because that's where we had you registered. And, so you'll be seeing the recordings. Please listen to the recordings, do this thing, and ask your body salt, sugar, water, energy, whatever it requires, give it that. And if your body is saying salt, that doesn't mean you go have a burger. You can have a burger if your body is asking for burger, okay? But salt means just salt, okay? Or sugar doesn't mean go have a cake, okay? Sugar means just a liquid form of cake that your body can absorb. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, and have a great,
Thank you.
glorious year.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Shiva.
Shivam.
Thank you. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Shivam.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shivam.
Thank you. You're
Thank you, Shiva. Bye bye.
Bye.
welcome.
Thank you so much. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Welcome.